Right, not exactly the most authentic thing that I've ever done. What I did basically is I went down to the riverbank and things, sort of see if I could find some clay. I couldn't, so I went out and bought some from Hobbycraft, a big lump of it for sort of a couple of quid, and I made quite badly these little pots. See, this one I've sort of decorated around by scraping around with a knife. This one I didn't. I actually made 3 originally, but I stuck one of them in the fire. And what I did is made a little sort of hardwood fire, let the ash sort of die down in a incinerator in the garden. And what I did is sort of brush the ash gradually closer to it using a stick and things. Tried to get it so that it'd heat it up slowly rather than crack it. Built the fire over the top, and the whole thing just shattered straight away. So I just thought, rather than risk cracking the other 2 that I made, I thought I'd try and make a little tallow lamp there. So the way I made the pots basically is, rather than doing it with the coil method where you build it up around the outside like that, I found that really difficult, so I just did it by getting a ball of clay and just putting both my thumbs in there and just working around like that. And then when it dried a little bit, just skimming it with the knife around there, so you can just see it's a little bit flat around the edge and across the bottom, and just sign the bottom there. So what I did basically was that's all hardened off. Don't know if you can hear that. So it's like the same sort of consistency as wax in there. That is lamb fat. What I did is just carved it off all side of a lamb shank that I bought, carved the rest of it all up, stuck it in the freezer, and sort of use the bones to make stock, and that's it. So that's the actual just pure lamb fat in there basically. The wick is a little piece of this, which is that's sisal twine there, that's jute twine, and what you do is just get the jute twine that's been fluffed up in the same way that you would if you were using it to start a fire, and you just get a bit like that, so make it into a big fat wick, so it's a sort of 4 or 5 ply sort of piece of string like that, and when you've done that, just soak it in the fat, and there you go. Let the wick go hard so it's straight, and then just when that starts to solidify, just stick it in there, prop it up on a twig across there or something, and that's it. It helps if you just whack it in the fridge for a little while as well, which so there you go. That's clay from Hobbycraft. I did actually temper it by sticking a little bit of the stuff from the pot ash in there with it, but like I say, I didn't. The first one I didn't survive the firing process, so there's no reason to think that one would either. So yeah, and lamb shank fat from Tesco. So Hobbycraft from Tesco is not exactly the most authentic thing I've ever done, but let's light it up, and I think I've tested it, so shouldn't have much problems with it working. I'll show you that. There you go. There you go. So, one homemade, scratch-built grease lamp. It's going all right, actually. Weirdly, it doesn't smell of lamb fat either, which I wasn't expecting. But 1 second, we'll just stick the light off and see if that gives us much light. There you go. That's not bad, it's lighting the kitchen up a bit. Anyway, there you go. Cheers.